of the Library Stranger. It was a gray, rainy Tuesday in Maplewood, a cozy little town in Canada where everyone knew everyone, almost. The streets smelled like wet pine, and the bakery window fogged up from fresh muffins. At Maplewood Middle School, everyone was buzzing about the same thing. "Did you hear?" whispered Sam. "Someone new moved into the old house near the library." "Yeah," said Tessa, lowering her voice. "People say he's strange. Wears a long coat, never talks to anyone." And just like that, the gossip began. The next morning, on his way to school, Eli, a curious 12-year-old, saw him. The man walked slowly through the drizzle, wearing a huge brown coat, a floppy hat, and thick round glasses that fogged up. He carried an old leather bag full of what looked like books. "Creepy," muttered Eli's friend Jonah. "Bet he's hiding something in there." Eli laughed nervously. "Yeah, maybe." But deep down, something about the man felt sad, not scary. That afternoon, Eli stopped at Maplewood Public Library to return a comic book. To his surprise, the mysterious man was there, sitting in the corner with piles of dusty books spread around him. He looked up and smiled gently. "Ah, Spider-Man, a hero in red. Do you like him?" Eli blinked. Yeah?" The man chuckled softly. "So do I." Then he went back to reading. His voice didn't sound scary at all. It sounded kind. By the next week, the rumors had grown wild. Some kids said the man was a spy. Others claimed he was a ghost who lived among books. Even the adults whispered, "Why is he always alone?" When Eli told his mom he'd seen the man at the library, she said, "Be careful, sweetie. You never know with strangers." Eli nodded, but he couldn't shake the image of that gentle smile, and the books stacked around him like friends. One windy day, as Eli rode home from school, a notebook flew across the street and landed near his bike. He picked it up. It was old and worn, with sketches of animals and tiny handwritten notes inside. On the first page it said, "Property of Dr. Malcolm Reed." That was the name on the new mailbox near the library. Eli hesitated, then decided to return it. Dr. Reed opened the door slowly. His coat looked even bigger up close, and his glasses steamed in the warm air. "Oh," he said in surprise. "You found my field journal." "Thank you, young man." Eli handed it over. "You're a doctor?" The man smiled. "A wildlife biologist, actually. I used to work up north, studying wolves and caribou. I moved here to write a book." Eli's eyes widened. "A book? About animals?" "Yes," said Dr. Reed. "But lately, people seem afraid to talk to me." Eli's cheeks burned. "They just don't know you yet." The next week, Eli had an idea. His class was starting a science project on local wildlife. He asked Dr. Reed, "Would you come talk to our class?" The man hesitated. "You think they'd want me to?" Eli grinned. "They will." When he told his teacher, Miss Clark, she agreed instantly. What a wonderful opportunity. On Friday, Dr. Reed walked into the classroom. The students fell silent. Then he took off his hat and coat. Underneath, he wore a simple green sweater and had a kind, wrinkled face. He opened his bag and pulled out photos of wolves, maps of migration routes, and real animal footprints cast in plaster. Soon, the whole class was leaning forward, fascinated, when he played a recording of a wolf's howl echoing through snowy pines. Everyone gasped. After class, Miss Clark said, "Dr. Reed, that was incredible." The students crowded around him, asking questions about polar bears, eagles, and moose. As they left, Jonah whispered to Eli, "He's actually awesome." Eli nodded. "Told you, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover." Dr. Reed overheard and smiled quietly. "That's the wisest thing I've heard all day." By spring, Dr. Reed became Maplewood's favorite storyteller. He helped the library start a nature club, and kids visited his cabin to see rescued animals he was caring for. No one called him strange anymore. Now they called him Professor Wild. And every time Eli walked past the library, he'd smile at the big sign hanging there. Don't judge a book by its cover. It might be the best story you've ever read. Because in Maplewood, everyone had learned that what's outside never tells the whole story inside.